and welcome here to MoreTalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We have some transfer news coming up for you today, and I have to say, this is going to be such an exciting summer to come. We are going to be talking in today's video about the potential arrivals there. Emerson from Real Betis, we're going to be talking about that in some detail. Eric Garcia of Manchester City, and my thoughts on him after some criticism from Man City fans. We are also going to be talking about Borussia Dortmund's Erling Haaland and Sergio Aguero's potential huge reduction in salary should he join Barcelona. So get yourself comfortable and enjoy. Let's get to it. Because indeed, starting first of all with Emerson, he is somebody over the past few months who's been linked there with the likes of Paris Saint-Germain. I've seen a few links as well to Arsenal, and more recently, he has been linked there with a move to Villarreal. But I've got to say, ever since Laporta has arrived there as the new president, I think the signs with Emerson, they've been really, really positive. He's had another really good season in La Liga with Real Betis, and of course the fact there that he can be brought back for a relatively low cost of just €9 million to make him a full Barcelona player. And it has been reported now in the media that although there is interest there from elsewhere, he is going to become a Barcelona player this summer. Apparently he's already purchased there a house in the city. He's already taken the exam to gain a Spanish passport there to make sure that he's not classed as a non-EU player in the squad. And his entourage are very clear, apparently, that he's going to be doing the pre-season and he is going to be a player for this club from next season. And I think for me personally, that would be a very, very good and also smart move, not only on the pitch in terms of performances, but off it too, because I look there at the fact that Sergio Roberto's contract situation is very much up in the air. His future at the club is uncertain. And I think Emerson there could come in. He could provide real competition for Serginho Dest, two very, very young emerging talents. That's a really good setup there for potentially years to come at right back. And then, of course, in terms of the wages, you just know that, for instance, if Roberto was to leave this summer, if we manage to sell him, bring Emerson in, and you are significantly reducing those wages by probably more than half. Sergio Roberto there is on around €200,000 every single week. I can't believe that, but he is. Thank you, Bartomeu. And I think Emerson, he'd probably come in and earn less than 100, so you would be saving significant money, and for me, improving the squad too. And speaking of that improvement, and speaking about defenders coming in this summer, that moves us on there to Eric Garcia, because the question right now coming at me, I've had many queries about Eric Garcia. Exactly how much will he strengthen our defence? We all know it's pretty much the worst kept secret in football that it's his desire to return to Barcelona this summer. He's going to be available there also for a very low cost, coming in on a free transfer from Man City after his contract there is set to expire. But like I say, how much will he improve us? Because obviously recently, you may or may not have seen that Eric Garcia has been coming under quite significant criticism from Man City fans after some of his performances in their recent games. Particularly there, when you look at their last two matches, coming against Newcastle and Brighton, where Man City conceded a combined 7 goals in those two games, which is very much unlike them and very much unlike Pep Guardiola teams. And yes, admittedly, having seen both of those games, I watched Man City in both of those games, and there is no denying that they weren't Eric Garcia's best performances. He didn't really play well, particularly against Brighton. He had a really tough game. He didn't cover himself in glory. But even in that game, he was brought on there as an emergency player after Cancelo got sent off, almost playing as an emergency right back, a position that he'd never played before. And I just think right now, we've got to take a few things into account when analysing what Eric Garcia could bring. Because number one, when you watch this guy at the moment, this is a player who's hardly played all season. He is not match sharp. He's not feeling confident. He's not feeling important in this team. Pep Guardiola has hardly used him, and I don't blame him for that. He knows that Eric Garcia is going to be moving on, so why bother playing him? That's understandable. But as a result of that, this is not a youngster at 20 years old. He is not feeling confident right now. Number two, let's also not forget about Man City. As a team right now, they are focusing on other things. They wrapped up the league, they got nothing to play for in the Premier League, and of course they're fully focusing on that Champions League final. So believe me, in these last two games, yes, Eric Garcia has not been great, but neither have the whole team. They've all been playing within themselves. They've all been saving themselves because they know they've got bigger games to come. And number three, I think the most important thing of all right now, Eric Garcia, for me, he's become a bit of a scapegoat for Man Man City fans, because I feel as though they don't really like the fact that he turned them down. Let's not forget here that it was Eric Garcia who said no to Man City. They wanted to offer him a renewal. Pep Guardiola desperately wanted to keep him at the club, but he said no. He wanted to go back to Barcelona, and Man City fans, they don't really like that. So I think now, anytime there's a mistake, anytime their Man City concede a few goals, automatically, it's all Eric Garcia's fault. You look at the game against Newcastle, Nathan Ake, he was a disaster. Did he get blamed though, as much as Eric Garcia did? No, he didn't. So I just think right now, what we have to do is be objective. You've got to say, okay, Eric Garcia, he's going to come in. We have to give him a chance. I do like the fact that Laporta has agreed there a lower wage than what was agreed under Bartomeu, because I think right now there's very little risk. He's not going to cost very much. He's not going to be earning that much. You bring him in and see how he gets on. But I do have to say, don't think here that Eric Garcia, a 20-year-old, unproven, let's be honest, unproven centre-back is going to come in this summer and fix our defensive problems. It is not that simple. And the club surely don't think that either. We need more than Eric Garcia. He's a nice addition. He's somebody there who could be talented. He's a prospect, but he is not proven at the top level, and for that reason we need more. We need to still be looking out there to bring in more defenders, certainly a centre-back for me who can come in and right here and right now solve some of our defensive problems. Finally though guys, of course we do have to talk about the main man himself, Erling Haaland, somebody who coming into this summer we were all expecting to be a big circus surrounding him in terms of his future, and it has been a relatively good past few weeks for Erling Haaland. He won his first trophy there at Borussia Dortmund after a resounding win over Leipzig in the DFB Pokal final. Erling Haaland scoring twice in that game, playing very, very well, and also add to that, and this is significant, that Borussia Dortmund have made a really good comeback in the league, and they are going to be in the Champions League next season. Now, a few weeks ago, that looked extremely unlikely, but they do now have Champions League football, and I think that's important, because I think had they finished there outside of those Champions League places, if they were going to be playing in the Europa League next season, I don't think Haaland stays. I don't think Raiola would accept him playing in that competition, but now, I think it's different. I think now he's only 20 years old, he may not be in a rush to make that next move. Dortmund are now free to demand any fee they want. It's been reported they would hold out this summer for 150 million euros, and honestly, nobody can pay that. Laporta apparently now is thinking, okay, I'm not going to go down that road. We cannot afford that. It's not something that we can do this summer, and I don't think many other clubs either are in a position right now to pay that kind of money. So right now, I think with Haaland, he is going to stay at Dortmund for one more year. I really do believe that with the Champions League football they've now secured. But of course, next summer, that's going to be the big one. Next summer, of course, will be 1 year further in. Clubs would have had a chance to recover from the pandemic. Fans should be back inside stadiums. Revenues should be increased. And of course, Haaland next summer has a much more attainable 75 million release clause. And you can bet that when that time comes around, clubs are going to be queuing up round the block, and it's going to be a bidding war for this young man. And I think it is really, really important, guys, given the fact that we're talking about Haaland probably staying at Dortmund for one more year, maybe looking at a short-term option to come in, maybe if we're going to target him further down the line, and that is certainly where Sergio Aguero could come in. We, of course, know he's been very, very close to reaching that agreement to join Barcelona this summer. Reports are circulating today that that deal is indeed done. It'll be a 2-year contract, but the significant part of this is the wages. We were all concerned there about Aguero coming in. He's on big, big wages right now at Man City, but the feeling right now in the media is that he's not only agreed to reduce those wages, but reduce them significantly. 5 million euros a year is what's been rumoured. That equates there to just 96,000 a week, which for Aguero, that is a big, big decrease. That is a significant reduction there, earning 100k, and when you look at those around him, the likes of Sergio Aguero, like we say, are on double that. So I think that would be a very, very positive sign there to see Laporta handing out those kind of deals, forcing us now back in the right direction, getting that wage bill under control. But of course, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Would you like to see Aguero come in as that short-term option? Would you like to go for Haaland in the summer of 2022? Or has that ship sailed? Let me know all of those thoughts down below, plus Emerson, and plus your thoughts on Eric Garcia. I will see you soon, of course, with plenty more videos to come. But until next time, as always, Vizca! El Barça.